Ladies and gentlemen, welcome boys and girls and everybody watching on the NBL1 live stream on YouTube. Welcome to the State Basketball Centre today for a real ripper local derby. The Knox Raiders to take on the Ringwood Hawks. The women here to tip off at 12 o'clock and the men at 2 o'clock. I'm joined as always by he's just a guru. He's just a lad, and he does a bit, and he gets on here and he speaks a bit. I'm just Damo, how you going, mate?
G'day, Ducky. Good to be here, mate. How are you?
Yeah, very, very well. Thanks for being here with me on a cold, chilly Sunday morning. Let's hope this stadium heats up a little bit here with some really good action here today on a Sunday. This women's contest is 3v4, Damo. Ringwood coming off a really gritty win last night against Nunawading Spectres, the 78-73, getting the chockies there. Knox, of course, had the night off, so they're coming in fresh, but of course, no Scherf and no Weirung away with the Uni Roos. Tell us who wins this one, Damo, and why, and what we get to look forward to today here if we're tuning in at home.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Ducky, Knox coming back from Tasmania after winning both games there, and as you said, mate, they had last night off, so Ringwood, second leg of a double header, 3v4, very important game. Both teams have come up from, although teams are looking fairly different, both have come up from Big V last year. Some of these players did run around against each other last year in Big V, so we'll be interested to see how they fare up and match up against each other today. Look, like you said, Scherf and Weirung, that's 35 points on average out of the Knox lineup. Really going to be challenging for Knox. I think Maddie Wild is going to have a really big game. Play a lot of minutes. Hopefully Lucy Dawson. I know Lucy hurt her finger a couple of weeks ago. She has been out there doing a warm-up. Hopefully she's ready to go. So I think it's statistically, going through the stats, it looks like a really even sort of contest. Knox are one of the highest scoring teams in the comp, and they the best shooting average in the comp, and also make the most three-pointers from beyond the arc. So it's going to be a good game, Ducky. I'm looking forward to it.
You spoke about Maddie Wild. She's been a bit quiet here. She's just sort of the meat and potatoes part of this team today. She's averaging about 8 and about 5 rebounds a game. She does need a really big contest here up against Megan Mullins, the Ringwood import. Megan's a really good defender too. She's 7th in the league in steals. She's 12th in the league in blocks. She makes the highlight reel every week with something that she throws out on the NBL top 10 plays. Maddie's not going to have an easy night here, Damo, tonight. Beck Ott, for mine's been a bit quiet over the last couple of weeks. You know, the girls, whilst it might look like they did it easy last week with a couple of 30-point wins, you know, when you have Scherf, who has a 50 and 50 weekend, you know, it makes it very easy to coast through those games. I'm really looking for Beck Ott to have a really big game here today, and her battle with Danny Bone or Farmworth is going to be really, really key to this one, I think.
Yeah, no, they're good points, Ducky. Also, I think Marina Whittle, she plays a lot bigger than she actually looks. She's a stronger body, but she's averaging 8.8 boards a game, so look for Marina to be really important to help Knox with some of those boards. And, looking at Mahalko, for one, coming off Big V last season where she averaged 19 points a game, 8 boards a game last season in Big V. Big game last night. I think it was 25 she had last night. 25 and 8 last night. 25 and 9. She's going to be important for Ringwood, and like you said, the likes of Farnworth. It's going to be a really good contest. I'm actually excited to be here, Ducky, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, it looks to be a ripper day, and of course the Knox men a bit later on trying to survive and keep their slim playoff hopes alive. So tune in all day if you're sitting at home. If you're not sitting at home doing anything, get down here to the SBC and check out 2 really good local teams here in the NBL1. We're underway as the jump ball goes up, and there's a bit of a battle for it. Mullins comes up with it straight to Farnworth. Whittle straight to Farnworth. Good defensive matchup there for her, Damo, as Megan Mullins opens the account and scoots to the basket for 2. And Maddie Wild with a poor closeout there to start. Straight inside to Whittle. Bit of one-on-one action against Farnworth. Can't get it. Danny Bone leads the break. Attacks hard. And Knox come up with an empty trip there to start Damo, and a bit of good action from Megan Mullings to get involved early on against Maddie Wild.
Yeah, and I just saw Megan then sort of go to safety when Beck goes to the basket there. When Beck got the ball in her hand to get on the end of that fast break, that's one of Beck's strengths, and looks like Ringwood have scouted them well there, knowing that as soon as Beck gets the ball in her hands, someone needs to be protecting basket. It sounds pretty simple, but she gets on the end of a fast break, she's almost unstoppable. Yep.
Jackie Trotto missing there. Rach Quirk starting today for the Knox Raiders. Defensive ploy, you think? Maybe Mahalko and Farnworth to get a bit of time against Rach Quirk?
Yeah, I think so. And Rach saw a lot of those girls last year being in the Big V Knox team. So she'll know, and she's been around Knox for many years, so she'll know a lot of these girls. Ringwood only obviously been a few Ks up the road.
Comes up with the stop there. Pushes in tempo, hands to Watman. Bree Watman, I think, needs to have a good game today. Damo, as she attacks the ring and can't get two. Been a bit quiet over the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks. Her and Weirung have sort of quietened down a little bit in that backcourt after the hot start as Mahalko scores for the Hawks. Yeah, I think Watman can play a real big part in this one today.
Yeah. I do agree, obviously playing the one spot there, just her experience, her poise, her control is going to be important for today's game.
They don't have a genuine one either, Ringwood, so if she really wanted to get aggressive and attack hard, as Whittle gets a floater, can't get it, 2-4, couple of empty trips here for the Raiders, but very Ott and Whittle heavy offense to start this one for the Raiders.
Just another important little hand in there from Rach Quirk.
Yep. On the break now. Ott gets it back. Watman, Whittle, transition. Didn't want the three.
And of course these Ringwood girls will know Beck Ott's game very well. MVP of Big V last year for Beck Ott against a lot of these Ringwood women.
Yeah, she's a super talent when she gets going. Shooting the ball at nearly 50% from the three-point arc as well. So she gets up about 4.5 tries a game. As Farnworth looking to take on Quirk and gets to the basket for two. 1 of 6 to start the game here. The Raiders need to get a basket here. Whittle. Can't get it. Good switching defense. It looks like Ott's got the job on, or Farnworth has got the job on Ott, and Bones got the job on Whittle, so, or vice versa. And when they switch, it's just a like-for-like switch. So,
yeah.
Farnworth, New Zealand skipper.
Yeah, played for Perth the last 4 years. Played a lot of WNBL.
And we're going to have a shot clock violation there. Good defensive set from the Raiders. Lucy Dawson up off the bench. I'm going to be really nice to Lucy today, Damo. I've got a feeling I owe her a couple of beers already. So
yeah, it's good to see her back. I think last time we were at home, it looked like she popped out a finger. Good to see her back. She didn't play last week in Tasmania.
Step out. Oh, this is good movement by the Raiders, but comes up dry. Whittle must need to have a hand in her face to bury the two, because that was really well checked.
Yeah, shooting at 32% for the season. That's 20 from 59 for Marina Whittle.
Yep. Lucy Dawson with a solid play there, leading the break. A deep catch basket for Megan Mullings.
Yeah, just got Quirk sort of caught on a little bit of a mismatch there, and they went inside the Mullings.
Smart play. Whittle, 3-ball. Nice setup by Beck Ott. Really important there, that back screen there from Rach Quirk too, to get Marina Whittle open, Damien. Farnworth comes up empty. We're going to have a personal on Cassidy Mihalko. Foul trouble's important here for the Knox Raiders without Scherf and Wirrung. And of course, Eliza's gone off to Gonzaga as well in the northwest of the US. So we wish Eliza Hollingsworth all the best. If you're watching, Eliza, I'm not too sure you are, but we wish you all the best for your 4 years, and we hope to see you back here as Bree Watman dials in from long range and connects for 3. And the Raiders have the lead back here, 10-8 on a couple of 3-point makes. You said that in the opener, didn't you, Damo, with the 3-pointers? We get a fair bit up, the Knox girls, so they do like to shoot it, and if it connects on a high frequency, this one could get really tight for the Ringwood Hawks to get back. Yeah,
they're very dangerous from outside. Obviously, with Abby Wirrung not being here, probably will assist Ringwood. But, like you said, Ducky, they do shoot the best in the comp from beyond the arc.
Jackie Trotto with the 2-point field goal. Missed the free throw. Nice hit. Bree Watman to Marina Whittle. Serves it up on a platter. And you can gobble them up all night long if you're going to get them dished up like that, Damo. Danny Bone, ball handling duties. Mullings goes to work. And it's off hands. Megan Mullings picks herself up off the floor. Had a nice double-double last night, Megan, against the Nunawading girls.
Yeah, Ringwood's still going with their starters.
Watman to Dawson, attacks the basket and will pick up the personal. And I think it's on Mullings.
Knox has settled, better ball movement, have settled into a rhythm a bit more, Ducky. They sort of look like the chill in the air here. Took Knox a little bit of time to warm up, but they've certainly looked better the last 3 or 4 minutes.
They should live up near where me and you live up. It's taken forever to get going.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have a timeout here. The Ringwood Hawks calling one. A couple of empty trips for them. They got off to a bit of a flyer and were out 8-2, but Knox has stemmed the tide here with a nice 10-2 run. And tell us why that's happening, Damo. A couple of big threes, one from Marina Whittle and one from Bree Watman, who was left unguarded on the 3.
Yeah, so Whittle's 7, Watman's on 3, Mullings is on 4, and Trotto's on 2. Interestingly, the boards, Ringwood have got Knox 2 more boards than Knox, so that's going to be something that we spoke about in the preview about Knox. Going to have to work really hard there. It'd be interesting to see if Meeking gets a bit of a run later. She's obviously a fairly tall girl, so whether Ringwood are going to use that to try and exploit Lauren Scherf not being here, we'll be interested to see how that plays out throughout the course of the game.
So still no change for the Raiders. Quirk staying in this group. Maddie Wild was the sub for Dawson. Expecting a fair bit out of Leah Santamaggio today too, Damo.
Yeah, we talk about those people who are very good shots from beyond the arc. That's exactly one of the strengths of Leah's game, isn't it?
Dawson makes it first.
Shoots the 3 throw at 81%. Lucy Dawson.
That's very good free throw shooting. And I'm not being mean to her at all today. I'll be up for more frothies otherwise. Bit of zone action here now from the Raiders as Mullings buries herself in the middle of the paint and throws it away. Watman, pull up. The ring didn't like it. And Mihalko calms the Hawks down now and gets them into their offense. Farnworth. Mihalko short, wanted 23 feet, went about 21 and a half.
She's shooting from outside at 25%, Mahalko, so she's a lot more deadly when she goes inside, obviously, shooting at 59.7%.
Yeah, she's got a good average too, so I'm really surprised by that shooting percentage from downtown. Must be very, very aggressive off the dribble, but we haven't seen that yet. Odd.
She does have a good floater as well.
Yep. Whittle, 3-ball again. Beck Ott sets the table. Marina Whittle.
3 triples for Marina.
Yeah, very, very good start for her. She's up to 10. Empty trip again for the Hawks. Not too sure what Coach Tim said in the timeout, but Santa Maggio up off the pine, and long-time Hawks player Katie Shanahan in as well. Oh, sorry, my bad. Kate Spillane. Won't have my back, mate. The triangle action here on offense. Whittle fronts the post perfectly and gets a hand in the lane. Kicks ahead to Watman. Likes that matchup, and Jackie Trotto doesn't, as she's picked up her second personal, I think.
Marina Whittle is really the difference at the moment, isn't she, Ducky? She's she's hit those 3 triples.
She's being super aggressive too, Damo, which I really like. I like the fact that she's been really attacking and has that mentality of it's on me today. I've got to make up. Somehow we've got to make up 35 points, and a lot of this goes with me today. So I'm expecting a big game from Marina.
Yeah, she's up to 11 with 2 boards and averages 9 boards a game. So good start for her early.
Absolutely. 19-10 now. The Raiders out, and a bit of an extended pressure defense here. A sort of a 1-2-1-1 three-quarter court trap. Mean King has checked in. As you said, interesting to see how she uses her size. Mahalko not keen to shoot the 3. Good defensive stance again by the Raiders.
Yeah, I think Meeking would like to have that one again.
Yeah, that's almost the wide open in the 10-metre square, isn't it?
Yeah.
Byron ahead to Mahalko. Nice little 6-foot jump hook on the break for her, and she's on the board.
Raiders by 7.
Time. Dangle the ball against Megan Mullings. She's in the top percentage of players in the league for steals, and she's chimed in with one there, and Mahalko gets the solo.
Ringwood don't have a foul to give here. Mahalko guarding Santa Maggio there close. Obviously they saw a fair bit of each other last year in Big V as well.
Yeah, that'd probably be the scout on most teams when they come in here. When Santa Maggio gets off the bench, you make her put the ball on the floor.
Yeah.
8 to shoot now for the Raiders as Marina Whittle gets the 2 and the foul. And she'll go back to the line to shoot a free throw here for the 3 points the old-fashioned way. Wow, that was a nice move. Just a little turnaround off the missed catch, and yeah, contested hard and made the basket. 1 bonus on the way here. Yeah. Up to 15 now, Marina Whittle.
Big first quarter.
Yeah, it's strong, really strong. It might be the best one we've seen here all year at SBC. Mullings, baseline. Good penetration from Spillane. And served it up to Mullings for 2. as Watman throws it away. Mihalko ahead of the pack. Danny Bone can't get the three, had 16 of them last night, not threes, but 16 points. Whittle wants the three in transition. Matty Wild forces one up. And at the end of one, here at the State Basketball Centre, NBL1 action live on the NBL1 YouTube channel. It's the Knox Raiders off to a flyer, headed up by Marina Whittle's 15 points. They lead this one by 6. It's 22-16. Tell us why this has happened, Damo.
I think, Ducky, early on in the piece, Ringwood sort of came out a bit more settled than Knox. It was almost like they were missing, thinking, where's Lauren, where's Abby Wirong. But then they settled after the first few minutes, and they've really, like we said, Marina during the call, Marina Whittle has lit the floor up. 15 points, 3 triples. I think she had 3 boards as well. Shooting from the outside, Knox is shooting at 75%. They're 3 from 4. From the field, 46%, whereas Ringwood are shooting at 47%. So pretty even there. Look at the rebounds. Rebounds are even. Points in the paint. Ringwood 10 points in the paint. So obviously are looking to go inside to sort of exploit the fact that Scherf isn't here. But Knox are on transition the other way. Knox are hurting him from the outside with the triples and the likes of Marina Whittle. So really good contest. Looking forward to seeing what the second quarter is going to bring us. Just going through some of the main scorers. Mihalko 6 and Mulling 6 for 6 for Ringwood, and Whittle is 15 and Watman is 3 for Knox.
Ringwood have got 7 turnovers, Damo, so I got a funny feeling like no real point guard as such in their lineup. I mean, Danny Bone probably does a majority of their ball handling, and Antonia Farnworth probably does a fair bit of it too, but they'll need to look after the ball. As you said, in the transition side of things, there's 7 turnovers. A team like Knox will just kill you all night. They will. They're going to not look after the ball.
Knox have only scored 4 off the turnovers so far, but you're right, Ducky. If they continue with those turnovers, Knox will end up scoring 15 or 20 off the turnovers.
Yeah, spot on. Yep. So both teams back on court here to get the second quarter underway. Danny Bone, Cassidy Mihalko, Katie Spillane, Megan Mullings and Amanda Meanking for the Hawks. And for the Knox Raiders, Whittle, Watman, Quirk, Dawson and Ott. Extra. Ott can't get it. Good rebound battle. And Marina Whittle picks up the personal.
Personal foul, number 21, Marina Whittle. Her first personal foul, number 1. Let's go, team.
You can hear Lucy Dawson's talk from up here, can't you? That is.
I mean, that's the leadership she brings, isn't it, Ducky?
Of course.
She's just a natural leader, and you called it from up here. You can hear the leadership here in defence.
Pick, switch. It's really good play. Oh, Whittle wide open on the curl. I don't think she was expecting to be that wide open. Finds Dawson downtown. Really good play there from Marina Whittle. Followed up her miss and then served up 3 points for Lucy Dawson.
That's her 4th 3-pointer for the year.
Is that all?
Lucy, she'll be excited about that. She's improved her average. She was only shooting at 17%, so...
Good shooting, Luce. Mullings steps through the traffic, gets the roll, and makes the 2 count. Personals on Marina Whittle. That's a big foul. That's her second.
It was 2 quick ones, wasn't it?
It was, and she's gone to the bench. Leah Santamaggio returns.
So, the depth of the bench, Knox, obviously they've only got 8 on the bench, and got Charlize Dunn and Alana Chatfield both sitting there, those gun juniors. So, be interested to see if they get much of a run tonight. Ducky?
Yep. Lani coming off a calf injury too, so she might be reserved, but I really think Charlize Dunn could probably break this one open a little bit as Dawson shuffles the feet. Made the nice move anyway, loose. Well done. I think I'm overdoing it a little bit, mate. Danny Bone again, charged with the ball handling duties for the Hawks. Inside screen action, really going inside to Mullings.
Yeah, they're looking for it, aren't they?
Yeah.
You got Mullings and Meeking both out there, so a little bit of a taller lineup at the moment for the Ringwood.
They keep looking for Megan Mullings and really taking advantage of that as Beck Ott lines up for three.
Shooting the three at 48%. She's dangerous beyond the arc, to say the least.
Loves that corner in particular here at SBC. Loves that corner. Spillane hard.
Well, why wouldn't you love that corner in front of your bench, Ducky? Particularly when it goes in.
Like the Eddie Betts pocket in it at Adelaide Oval.
Yeah, should be still playing for the Blues.
If they had their time again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one is right. That's always right in front of the bench. And as you said, there's like a lack of depth there today with just the 4 players on it. But that normally goes right down to the bottom corner. And yeah, that's a couple of people's favourite corner here. Mike Rose's favourite corner as well. Santa Maggio, good aggressive take. Got to finish that.
You know, you can see she's been over the scout. You know, she's going to shoot from outside, and Leah took advantage of it.
Yep.
Got to the rack, unfortunately, just didn't drop.
Farnworth operating. And does it unsuccessfully. Amanda Meeking cleans up for 2.
It's a big board, big contest.
Yeah.
Raiders by 5.
6'5", does not get any smaller. Santa Maggio to Ott. Small lineup now for the Raiders. 8 to shoot. Watman, Santa Maggio corner.
Well, there'll be 3 free throws.
Tim, they're coach killers, those things.
Yeah. It was going to be a brick at best.
Yeah, the old heave with about 3 seconds left on the shot clock. And
get out of jail.
Yep. And much to Danny Bone, she's got the long walk down past the bench, past the coaching staff here on that one. And Nihara Ravi Kumar has checked in 4.
Was in the big V side last year.
Long-term Ringwood junior. Santa Maggio at the line. God. Miss all 3? Miss all 3 then?
I certainly saw 2. I was looking at the stat sheet thinking that Leah shoot...
Spillane, good hand in the lane from Rach Quirk. Raiders off to the races. Rach Quirk penetrates. Santa Maggio, Watman wide open. Wants to go right. Gets cut off by Spillane. Mullings. Yeah. The dude with the funny wig down there caught it right, didn't he? And that's a big foul in the contest here as well, as Mullings picks up her 2nd personal foul.
Lana Chatfield checks into the game, Ducky. So
egg on my face.
Well, it's great to see Alana getting a run. Elite junior player, Vic Metro under 18 gold medal winning player. Very good shot from the outside as well.
Charged with the ball handling duties here, so Watman getting a rest.
And it's really good to see these juniors getting a go.
Geez, I like that action from Knox. That just gives a lot of movement as Santa Maggio gets bailed out again, and the Ringwood bench are up a little bit.
Now, so let me tell you about Leah shooting from the line. I was looking at the stat sheet before, Ducky, to give you some riveting information. She's put up 4 shots from the line this season and has missed them all.
Right, so now she's none of 7. Yeah, breaks the duck. There we go. Strange how you can be such a good shooter from 3-point land and then step into 15 feet. And So a couple of subs in now for the Ringwood Hawks. Ella Ogier in and Jackie Trotto returning the starting 5. So a bit of a bench look here now for the Ringwood Hawks with just Farnworth and Mullings. And it's a 7-point lead to the Raiders, 30-23. Nice little curl action for Farnworth. Just dials it up a little bit long. Ott to Wild. Plants her feet. Can't deliver on the pick and roll. Mullings from 3. Cash that.
Not her game. She has only put up, she's made 3 from 11 at 27%. So,
Well, that was the I'm going to shoot this one, coach, and it's going in type triple. And Beck Ott being aggressive now. Gets rewarded. Fouls on Farnworth. Personal number 1.
Knox by 4. And they're in the bonus with 5 minutes 13 left.
Yeah, they're up a little bit, the Ringwood faithful down the other end. They're not too happy with a few calls, and they didn't like the charge call and so on. So, and that's to be expected. They're pretty passionate, and they're in a good position here in their first season in the NBL1. So they've played finals over the journey, haven't they, in Big V? So made a championship series. Of course, the Knox Ringwood Championship Series was fantastic.
Yep.
Santa Maggio in transition. That looked good. And just it looked really good, but it was very long. Ott pinches it from Farnworth. 1-on-1 to the basket.
Yeah, Farnworth did a really good job, just experience there, because Beckott 1-on-1 is almost unstoppable 1-on-1 in a contest like that. And yeah, Farnworth, this is his experience.
Backed herself in up the floor, didn't she? You know, just contain this dribble here, and we have a timeout to the Ringwood Hawks. And it's 31-26, 4:39 to play.
I think the Marina Whittle obviously having a seat after those 2 quick fouls has probably allowed Ringwood to stay in it in this quarter, Ducky. She was the difference in the first, and 5-point game. Ringwood have looked better in this second quarter, and Knox are missing Marina out there at the moment.
Yeah, they're just missing that extra sort of, normally on the floor they can keep that, 2 players on the floor that can have, that impact on the scoreboard at the minute, and it's just Beck Ott out there at the minute. Maddie Wild's had a couple of tough looks around the hole to make a few baskets, but it's been sort of really Beck Ott driven here, and she's not shooting the ball great here to start with. She's got 6, but Watman needs to take charge here a little bit. Substitution. She's checked back in. Chatfield has checked back out. So just grab a quick drink, Brianna, and get back out there. You're the Iron Woman. Leads the league in minutes played, I think.
I think Ringwood just need to keep exploiting that inside presence that they can have tonight without Scherf, and they're doing that. 16 points in the paint to Knox's 4 points in the paint. They're beating Knox on the boards by 4. Just keep running Maddie Wild up and down the floor, just trying to wear her down, grind her down.
As Quirk makes both free throws. Mullings pushes the tempo. Quirk gets a hand in that lane.
It's those little 1%ers, isn't it, with Rach Quirk, Ducky, that, you don't get a stat for that, but there's been 5 or 6 occasions today where, she's just got a little hand in here, a little offensive board. Yep.
She's got 3 steals in this one.
Yep.
So Mihara Ravi Kumar dials up, can't get it. Jackie Trotto, nice rebound. Mullings Looked so confident on the first one. Didn't look confident there. Watman comes out running. And settles her troops down. Oh, good pick and roll, and the slip from Maddie Wild was really tasty. Dished up by Bree Watman.
There was a good understanding between those two, wasn't it?
Yep. Farnworth replies for the Hawks.
7-point game.
I'll tell you what I really like there. Farnworth scored. There was no hoo-ha or, razzle-dazzle, high fives or whatever. Her man, which is Beckott, took off down the outside wing there, and she was straight on her.
Yep.
Very, very aware, very well scouted. As Ella Ogier tries from 3, can't get it. Farnworth, Santa Maggio on her now.
There's that experience again.
Just used her length.
Yeah, I'll just take it to the rack.
Yep. Just used her length, penetrated hard, and took 2 big steps and dangled the ball out a little bit. A bit of zone action now from the Ringwood Hawks. Oh, that's a late
It was a late call, wasn't it?
And they're up in arms again here.
Knox will go to the line. Yeah, Farnworth, she's averaging 19.1 points a game.
Personal fouls on number 24, Jackie Trotto. So that's her 3rd personal foul. And I believe there's been a technical foul as well, possibly on Nihara Ravi Kumar. So it'll be a bunch at the line here for Bree Watman. I think she's going to have 2 tech foul shots. Rach Quirk will shoot 2, possibly shoot the 2 personals, or is it going to be all 4 for Bree Watman? We'll soon find out.
Well, shoots 91% at the line.
Odd over there. Yep. And then Knox will get the possession back. So Brianna's shooting all 4 by the looks of it here, and has 2 out of 3. And looking for a double-digit lead here for the Raiders as she makes good on the 3rd one and the 4th one. So 3 out of 4, and it's a 10-point lead now for the Raiders with possession. 3:03 to play here in the second quarter, 40-30. 3rd versus 4th. Staying in the zone. Maddie Wild turns the ball over. Just has to compose herself a little bit there. That ball normally goes inside to Lauren, and it's normally a face-up, turn away, little jump hook or something like that. Maddie's just got to compose herself a bit there.
Yeah, she had a good couple of minutes prior to that. Couple of coming nicely off that pick and roll, and a little mid-range jumper. So
Megan Mullins, nice connection with Danny Bone on the pick and roll for the Hawks. 40-32.
She's up to 16 points, Megan Mullins.
Yep. And the Bronx cheer comes out from the Ringwood faithful as Maddie Wild picks up the offensive foul. Just the first one on Maddie. Didn't see that there. I just saw Megan on the ground or falling, so.
As Whittle's been the difference for Knox, Mullings has definitely been the difference for Ringwood.
Yeah, she's got a nice game going, Damo. 14 points, 6 rebounds, 4 steals. Farnworth can't connect for 3. Ott comes up with it. Settles the troops. Zone action again from the Ringwood Hawks. As Ott just throws it away.
Just fallen down a couple of times in transition, Knox, haven't they?
Yep.
A couple of times. Just need to settle. Bring on the experience of Lucy Dawson now, which will Just bring a bit of that experience, that talk, that leadership. Good move by Coach Carr.
So there's Knox sitting in a zone as well here. High post entry to Mullings. She's feeling it. She attacks the basket. Can't get it to go. Ringwood screen foul again. No call. Ott for three. Long. Rebound Bone. Draw it up a little bit here, Domo.
Yeah, it has, yep. Been a flat couple of minutes for Knox.
Spillane.
And that's just too easy for Mahalka to get that board.
Yep.
She averages about 8 boards a game, so good athleticism.
Corner three is way short. Rebound, Maddie Wild. Knox need a basket here. Where do you go to? Ott lurking here in the corner. Dawson. Nice. Baseline pull up for two. Yep. And the lead is back out to 10 under a minute to play now. Second quarter. Spillane splits the D and gets two. Really nice move there from Cody Spillane.
Quick reply. 40 seconds on the clock.
Nice. Overcooked by Maddie Wild.
There's only a couple of times tonight where she's sort of hit the glass with intensity.
Looks a bit unsure. Not used to catching this ball here. This is normally Lauren Scherf territory, so yeah, just needs a bit of composure. Wild for three. Wasn't the best look that the Raiders wanted there. It's still an 8-point lead as Farnworth gets blocked by Lucy Dawson. Good defensive position.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And it's 18 on the game on the shot clock, 20 on the game clock.
So just get in here and hold for one. Looks like what Danny Bone's doing. Expect this to get delivered to Farnworth and then probably an on-ball. No. Mullings with Bone. Ooh,
Lucy Dawson copped one in the bread basket.
Not too sure that's the right call, but never mind. We probably had a fair share of luck here in the second. As Megan Mullings will go to the line to shoot two here for
63% from the line.
Got a few nice pitches on the arm there.
She's up to 17 points.
Makes the first. And makes the second. Just under 4 seconds now for the Raiders. Watman has it. She's going to let it go from halfway. It's good if it goes. Ooh. It's not. The old baseball piff from about 2 steps behind the half. And that'll do us here in the first half. NBL1 action live on the NBL1 YouTube channel. It's the Knox Raiders leading in the third versus fourth battle, 42 points to 36. And we'll be back with some stats very soon. And we'll explain to you why the scoreboard looks the way it does. So we've got a little bit of time just before the start of the second half, and it's the Knox Raiders leading by 6 points here against the Ringwood Hawks in a 3 versus 4 battle, and it's 42-36. What's the tail of the tape, Damo?
Mate, interestingly, so both teams, Knox shooting at 38%, Ringwood shooting at 42% from the field. From beyond the arc, Knox, as we know, we've mentioned it a few times in the call, very good from outside. They're shooting at 50%, 5 from 10. Ringwood not so good, 1 from 9, shooting at 11%. Where Ringwood have been hurting Knox is, and what we expected they would do, is they're going inside, points in the paint, 22 points in the paint, to Knox only 6 points in the paint. Rebounds, they've got Knox, Ringwood have got Knox by 5, 25 to 19 boards. You spoke about turnovers earlier, Ducky, just looking at the turnovers there, 12 to Ringwood, 10 to Knox. Key scorers for Ringwood, Mullings 18 points, Farnworth has got 6. For Knox we've got Whittle 15 and Dawson 7, and Mullings well on the way for a double-double. She's got 7 rebounds as well, and Maddie Wilder's got 5 rebounds for Knox. So I think that, what hurt Knox then is we didn't see much Marina Whittle in that second quarter because of the foul issues.
Yeah, she picked up her second there with about 7. She picked up her second. She picked up 2 really quick in the first 90 seconds and then sat for the rest of it.
Yeah.
Which is probably a wise decision. They still are in control of the contest.
Yeah.
They just weren't able to put the foot to the floor, if you sort of catch my drift, which is what they were sort of in that position to do when she went to the bench. So big discrepancy at the line too. Knox 13 of 18. Ringwood have just had the 2 trips, 3 out of 4. So that's the difference in the contest at the minute, that and Knox's 3-point shooting.
Look, and we saw that Ringwood did give away a tech there in the second quarter. They obviously have had some foul issues. I'll be interested to see what the comparison is between both teams.
Yeah. Whittle straight to Mullings on defense as Mahalko opens the account for the Hawks in the first part of this third quarter. On the floor for the Raiders, Watman, Quirk at the 2, Whittle at the 3, Ott at the 4, and Wild as the 5. And it's the starting 5 for the Ringwood Hawks. Danny Bone, Cassidy Mahalko, Antonia Farnworth, Megan Mullings and Jackie Trotto, as we have an empty trip for the Raiders. Farnworth keen for 3. Can't get any of it. And a late whistle away from the action.
13 fouls against Ringwood, 5 against Knox.
Yeah,
for the game.
There's a bit of activity there in the second quarter, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Under 10 now on the shot clock. Danny Bone operating. Goes looking for Mullings with the hot hand. Whittle all over her. Steps through.
It's a lovely step through, isn't it?
That is perfect basketball. 1-on-1.
I've seen a bit of that move this year and some tape of her. It's a nice move that she's got that step through.
She's up to 20. Quirk now for the Raiders. Matty Wild, corner, likes that jumper. Beck Ott.
The box out there, Ringwood.
Watman in that favoured spot of hers, about 16 feet from the basket, dead on.
Yeah, it's just a defensive break down there from Ringwood in that that box out.
Yeah, Beck Ott
comes
in.
up with it.
She walked in
second
though.
chance, she did.
Farnworth to Trotto. Good movement for the Hawks. Can't get the 2 though.
4-point game.
Ringwood staying in his zone.
5 on the clock.
Loses control. Knox ball.
Knox ball, 3 on the clock. Oh, too easy.
Oh, wow.
Crafty.
Wow. Just unguarded. Big defensive breakdown from the Ringwood Hawks then. Mahalko's been very quiet today. Watman with the job on her. She had 25 last night. Farmworth delivers to Danny Bone. She elevates on the pump fake and gets 2.
And Mahalko, yeah, she's averaging 16.9 points a game. So you're right, Ducky. Knox have done a good job holding her tonight, this afternoon.
She's good enough for top 25 in the league in scoring. Farmworth is good for top 15. Marina Whittle, hand has cooled off a little bit. Bone penetrates Mahalko for 3. She has not even looked close.
Yeah, it's not her strength, I don't think, but...
Well, you're right, because what she got? 1 of 5 or something like that today? Or
25, shooting 25.3% for the year from beyond the arc, so...
I reckon she's had 3 air balls from out there today, so they just don't look close. Whittle and Mullings going to work on each other inside. That's a great
good
battle.
Board, yeah, and that's Mahalko, she is athletic and she's dangerous with those boards that she gets.
Yep. If she averages enough, she should do something with them.
Yeah, she's got a really good leap on her.
Mahalko baseline operating, throws it away. Turnover number 13.
Another important little possession from Rach Quirk.
Watman re-penetrates, finds Maddie Wild, goes up other side of the basket and can't connect.
4-point game.
Substitution for Knox, Lucy Dawson checking in for Maddie Wild.
Lucy Dawson back in, Maddie Wild. Good minutes. She hasn't made the most of her opportunities though today. She's 2 of 7 and she's looked good on those baselines, but hasn't made anything inside. Hasn't had a real impact on it. So Quirk again.
Another 1%er, Ducky.
Yep. Whittle and Mullings are just going right at each other on the low block.
You could watch that all day, couldn't you?
Yep, I could. I'll probably pay to do it.
Yep.
Dawson with Farnworth draped all over her. That made great position, and Farnworth comes up a little bit aggressive towards her teammates there.
Yeah, I think. And look, to be honest, I thought she was lucky to get away with not an unsportsmanlike there. She's wrapped her arms around Lucy Dawson there in frustration.
Wasn't really a basketball play, was it?
No.
Watman inbounds. Whittle now. 14 on the shot clock for the Raiders. New possession. Steps back. Airballs a 3. I think Mahalko got a piece of that.
Yeah.
Bone from 3. Can't get it. Dawson's got to come up with that. She did a good job to block Minking out, but just wasn't there as Trotto lines up a 3 and can't get it. Really good efforts by both teams on the glass there.
You know, Ducky, I think Knox are doing a good job keeping Ringwood in the game. I would say Knox have been a better team, but
just haven't been able to finish around the
Just
basket.
need to get through the ball through some hands. Just settle down, get some scores, get a couple of 2s.
Mahalko aggressive attack, can't get it. Rebound Whittle.
Good person to have the ball in the hand of Whittle.
Watman, no good. Rebound. Ooh. Team rebound, we'll call that one.
Yeah.
Quirk to Whittle. Watman wants to, can't get it. They just can't connect, can they?
Yeah, just had like you say, Ducky, a few empty trips. And 2 more points in the paint to Ringwood. That's where they really are starting to, they've been exploiting Knox there all afternoon.
Knox need to get some movement, get it in the hands here of Ott and Whittle. Break this defense down as Whittle does. She goes to work, steps through. Gets a personal. This is going to be on Cassidy Mahalko. That is her second personal foul on Mihalko. And Marina Whittle to the line shooting 2.
Marina Whittle shooting 2.
No.
Makes the first. 17 in the contest now for Whittle. 18, make that 19.
2 from 2, back to a 4-point game.
And it stays at 4 points. So real important 3 minutes here. Ringwood can gain a bit of momentum and Knox can sort of put their foot to the floor a little bit here if they can, as Mean King hits Ravi Kumar. Trotto. Watman pushes. Ott in transition. Bone did a good job of getting a hand on that.
So that time,
sorry, mate.
Meeking just plonked herself right in the middle to make sure Quirk couldn't get off the chain again for that easy 2 that they got from that baseline play before.
Marina Whittle just come up with it on a 3-on-1 fast break. Ott skipping through the D, can't find anything. Rach Quirk penetrates hard and gets a bump from Jackie Trotto, and that is her 4th personal foul, I believe.
Personal foul, 24, Jackie Trotto.
And she'll go to the bench. Katie Spillane returning.
Check out Kate Spillane checking into the Hawks.
Santa Maggio into the game for Knox.
Well, this is important minutes for her now. 2:44. If she can find herself open in corners or off an extra pass or something like that, she's got the power to break this game open, doesn't she? Watman line drives 3. As Basketball Jones goes bananas on the baseline.
11 for Bree Watman.
That was a line drive. The ring's 10 foot. I reckon that went 10.5. Ravi Kumar
4 on the clock.
gets busy against one of the best defenders in the competition. And you can see Lucy Dawson not happy with that one.
Foul number 6, Rachel Quirk, her first personal. Team foul number 2.
Yeah, it's been good to see Rach Quirk's played about 26 minutes, so lots of extra minutes for her tonight.
Yeah.
Without Abby Wirrong, it's been good to see Rach out there and been really big defensively, like you said, Ducky, one of the best defensive players going around.
She's done a great job. She's got 4 steals tonight, and she's kept Mahalko. Mahalko's only got about 8 or 10 points. So,
and it's those things we say we don't see on the stat sheets. You know, that are really important. A little hand in here and the close out and those sort of things that are really just pushing through that screen.
She'd have 8 deflections, I reckon, too. Inside to Quirk, operating in the post. Whittle. Through hands Watman. Dawson with the seal, gets the 2. That's a nice basket for you.
Yeah. So we've got Meeking behind her and just kept her there, didn't she?
Yeah, just a really good seal on that sort of high catch, and the ball was delivered perfectly by Watman.
And then Meeking nearly got her on the other end there coming off the pick and roll.
Yeah. Danny Bone went crashing to the floor there. She's up and she's okay.
8-point game.
Let's go, Raiders, let's go. Let's go, Raiders, let's go.
Ravi Kumar not leaving Santa Maggio alone there. Doesn't want to help too hard off that. Santa Maggio penetrates. Bone nearly comes up with it.
There's an important hand in there from Bone because Watman was lurking with intent in that corner.
We like that one.
We do, yeah.
That's a fine, isn't it? Lurking with intent. As Watman goes to the basket and comes up empty. Mullings picks.
Ooh.
Whittle comes up with it again. Dawson on the ground, scrapping for it. Possession arrow lies with the Raiders.
Jump ball, Knox possession.
Ella Ogier checking in, and here comes Alana Chatfield. You got about 58 seconds to have a spell, Bree Watman, in the 2 minutes that is quarter time, and then you're going back in for the last. Love to see a big Lani Chatfield triple here
From the corner.
To bust this one open.
Sneak her on in the last minute, and she get in that spot. She will hurt you.
Santa Maggio just comes up with another error for the Raiders, and it's 11th turnover for the Knox Raiders, 16 in the contest for the Hawks, and it turned a bit scrappy since quarter time. But it's two good teams really feeling themselves out, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's an important game.
Danny Bone for three. Can't get it. Ella Ogier rebounds and lays it up.
Second chance point, just more intent.
Let's go, Raiders. Let's go. Let's go, Raiders. Let's go. Let's go, Raiders. Let's go.
Chatfield lurking in that corner. Skip pass if it's on. It's not. Santa Maggio sets the feet. Mullings gets a hand on it. She's off to the races. Chatfield. And that's two.
So 22 for Mullings.
Yep. Santa Maggio will get it off from halfway. Good if it goes. It doesn't.
4-point game.
Megan Mullings, big time, last 58 seconds there, and she changed the context of this one. And at three-quarter time, it's the Knox Raiders on 55. The Ringwood Hawks on 51. Leading the way for the Raiders, Marina Whittle has 19 points, and Megan Mullings has 22.
Ringwood really got a fair bit of the boards that quarter. Now 37 boards to Ringwood, 26 to Knox. Again, the points in the paint, 32 to Ringwood, so 12 to Knox. So the Scherf factor, we've spoken about it. Obviously, the big shoes to fill. Lauren Scherf averaging 21.8 points a game. So Ringwood keep hanging around. We've got, I said it earlier, I think Knox are doing a good job of keeping Ringwood in the game, but to Ringwood's credit, they just keep hanging in there. You look at Mullings, 22 points, 10 boards, double-double. She's been outstanding. Meeking only the 4 points, but 4 rebounds. She's also started to be important, just to have that inside presence on the paint. So I'm really looking forward to the last quarter, Ducky.
Yeah, promises to be a ripper here. The Hawks are dominating the rebound count, 38-26. And Knox have been able to move the ball a little bit more for 11 assists and 8 assists for the Hawks. Again, Knox's three-point shooting dried up a little bit there. They were pretty red hot at halftime, and it dried up a little bit there. But Ringwood are shooting at 1 of 16 from three-point land. And if they can knock a couple in, it could really get in and break this game open. Interesting last quarter, intriguing.
So, Ducky, you talk about Ringwood there, 1 in 16 at 6%. And the flip side is they've had 34 points in the paint. So, do they put that three-bomber aside for the last quarter, or if it's there, do they take it? What would your advice be for your Coach Motten?
I think you keep trying to pound the ball inside. Let Whittle and Mullings go about their business. It's two real bulls going at each other, isn't it? And, two really good players in this league, and whoever can really take the chocolates in that battle here is going to go a long way to helping their team win the contest. This proves to be a riveting last quarter here. Stay tuned if you're watching. If you're not watching, get down here to the SBC and watch this last quarter. This promises to be an absolute ripper. 4-point contest and both teams back on the floor.
There's that step through from Mullings again.
Yeah, she's been super strong in that area, hasn't she?
It's a beautiful move she's got there, a little go-to move.
Watman, feet set, penetrates, finds Whittle. That's all cash. Cash, cash, cash.
Her 4th triple for the night.
She's up to 22 now, leads the Knox Raiders Mullings going inside again. Good defending there from Dawson.
Yeah, she got Whittle on the seal there, but yeah, Dawson, good help from Dawson.
Mean King cleans up the work, just that mismatch.
And the size of her, she stands there, she's difficult to move.
6'5", doesn't get any shorter in the last quarter. We say that a lot, but it's absolute truth. One extra, Watman, 3 ball. Just an empty trip again for the Raiders, 58-55.
So I'll be interested to see when Coach Carr brings Matty Wild back onto the floor.
Shuffle card bone. Ogier comes across the double. They go looking for Mullings. They can't find her. This is Farnworth. Had a quiet night by her.
3 on the clock.
Lofty
1 on the
standards.
clock.
And that is a shot clock violation. Good defensive possession again by the Raiders girls.
You know, I'll back Knox in from here. Ducky, they haven't lost at home all season.
Fortress. The old SBC Fortress.
Yeah.
It's like the old Court 1. John Michelle Court. Of course, named after the great man who's coached here for many years.
Legend he is.
Yeah, he's an absolute ripper. Bree Watman just dropped her head there after that one, and she's not too happy with her own performance on that play. She's had a rough night from the floor, just shooting at 26% from the floor. Oh, Bone bullies her away to the basket.
You know, it hurts me, Ducky, when I say to my son, who I've coached junior basketball for many years, who's the favourite coach, the best coach you've ever had, son? And his answer is, Dad, John Michelle.
Yeah, he's a ripper. Absolute gentleman of the game. And rightly so, has a court named after him in his honour.
Absolutely, and the kids love him, and stalwart, been around the club for many, many years, and certainly deserves that court named after him. And a thorough gentleman.
He is a gentleman. He's only got one fault in life. It's Collingwood supporter.
Yeah.
Can't win them all, can you?
No, true.
As Mean King makes 1 out of 2. Raiders come up with it. Whittle crosses up Ogier and gets to the paint for 2. 24 points now for Marina Whittle. Going at a handy clip of about 49% as well. And that 3-on-3 experience in it, that's going to be really telling here in this last quarter. Her ability to score her own basket. As Mullings gets a nice look inside, 2 points. She's had an absolute blinder.
24 for Mullings?
26 now.
26.
Great feed. Dawson and 1.
And that was just good experience too from Lucy Dawson. Just sealing, just keeping Mullings behind her, and Beckott recognising it, bang into Lucy Dawson.
That's just a couple of years of everybody playing together, being on the same path in it, and training that and knowing where each other are on the floor. And Dawson needs to knock this one in and give Knox a 5-point lead back. She does, and it's 63-58 now.
Been a good game for Lucy Dawson. Is she up to 12 there, Ducky?
Yeah, she's got a dozen.
12, so she's only been averaging 5.5 points a game, so it's been a good night, a good afternoon for Lucy.
Farnworth. Dawson picks up the personal there. I believe she's going to the bench. And we're going to have a substitution. Marina Whittle's got a little bit of an issue there on her arm by the looks of it. Santa Maggio comes in. So Quirk with the job on Farnworth. Ott now to Mullings. Ringwood will like that matchup, I reckon. She can't lose her. Farnworth, quiet night by her. Lofty standards. Mean King can't get it. Ball's loose. And Maddie Wild clobbers her.
And I think...
Personal foul, 12, Danny Wild.
And that's her third personal foul.
Team foul number 3.
Important that last foul on Lucy Dawson was her fourth too, Damo. So she's had to go to the bench now. And if this one goes deep or, gets into a we need to foul situation, she needs to be on the floor. She's a really good defender, defends the post, is a really good help defender. We spoke about her communication in the opener, in the opening quarter when you could just hear her, marshalling her troops. So she's an important out, somebody you want to have on the floor.
Well, it's the leadership she brings too, isn't it? It's a combination of all those things that she does.
Yep. Ott standing still. Santa Maggio needs to get going. 3 to shoot now. Steps through. Lefty. And we've got shot clock violation. A bit of conjecture.
Yeah, Knox thought it was off Ringwood after it. I think Knox thought it hit the ring and then came off a Ringwood player, but the refs judged it was a shot clock violation. Zoe Cass continuing with the discussion.
So, there was a little bit of conjecture there.
4 in it.
What was happening. Mean King. You'll let her catch it at 16 feet all day. Good seal inside. Look at the gang crowd on Megan Mullings, and she gets called for 3 seconds in the paint.
Farnworth drilled the triple as well, so wow.
That is huge.
Let's go, Ravens. Let's go. Come on.
Megan Mullings got the funky haircut there too, with a little bit of blue in the hair. As Knox just not communicating really well there on offense. Hey, time out here from Coach Carr. Settle the troops. Give it another minute or so. You come up empty, get a timeout, razz them up a little bit, and see what they can give you in the last 4 minutes here. Of course, Ringwood played last night too, so you maybe want to run them off their feet a little bit.
Yeah, yep.
Farnworth, Quirk, just not quick enough.
And, Knox, we spoke about the depth on the bench. We've now got Lucy Dawson on 4 and Charlize Dunn. She's had a long sleeve on all afternoon, so I'm not sure whether she's 100% fit. Certainly doesn't look like she's going to come into the game. So
Knox out and running. Ott, corner triple. Massive 3-ball from Beck Ott. That is a huge triple.
Timeout Ringwood.
Timeout Ringwood. 5:06 to play here in the last quarter. And that is 3 points in really good timing from Beck Ott. It's 66-59 now with just over half of the last quarter to play.
Beck Ott in that corner, Ducky. She's a lovely outside shot. 48% from beyond the arc. She gets in that, you called it earlier, the Beck Ott corner, this time down the other end of the floor. She looks dangerous anywhere she is from beyond the arc. So a lovely shot. And it caused Ringwood to have a timeout. 5 minutes and 6 left. This time we've got Knox. Knox on 4 fouls, so that's changed up from the first half of the game. So see if Ringwood will keep going inside, trying to exploit that. The points in the paint, like we said earlier, Ringwood keep hurting Knox with that, so they're 40 points in the paint. The rebounds, 45-28. So big 5 minutes.
Big 5 minutes. Big 5 minutes in both these teams' seasons. Ringwood in 4th spot and Knox in 3rd spot on the ladder. But there's a bunch of teams queuing up below them on the ladder that want those positions. So,
and to Ringwood's credit, Knox just can't put them away.
That's right.
It's blown out. It's got back to 2 now. It's back to 7 points. But Ringwood are just hanging in there.
6-point swing that other way with that Farnworth 3 not counting, and then Beck Ott coming down the other way and hitting that triple. So that's massive. Knox staying in this zone. You let Mean King catch it there all night. She could have 100 of those shots and still come up with a big 0 as Danny Bone makes 2.
Look for a big 5 minutes from Mahalko.
Been
10th
quiet.
of the night.
Yeah, been quiet. And Farnworth too, also quiet. Change up in the defence here as Watman, corner 3, can't get it. Ooh, Whittle nearly pinched it. Empty trip for the Raiders. Pick and roll. Min King misses a gift.
Oh, wow, frustrating.
Wow,
A little miss there, coming off a lovely pick and roll, just didn't finish.
Needs to make those. Farnworth, 2-point jumper, can't get it. Wild's got to go to the glass with a bit of desperation here in this last quarter.
Yeah, well Ringwood have come up with the last 3 boards.
Yep. And that's a push in the back and a free kick. Danny Bone picks up her second personal, 2 team fouls now.
Let's go, Raiders, let's go. Let's go, Raiders, let's go.
Ball goes inside, Whittle and Mullings. That battle's been insane this last second half. Hot, run off the 3. Quirk attacks the paint, can't get the scoop to go.
We haven't seen the Quirk spin move for a while, have we?
Nah, we keep talking about it.
Not sure if that was the opportunity she could do it, but I would like to see it again.
Wondering if it's been retired, maybe.
Put that away for a while, Rach.
Yep. Mahalko comes off the double. Farnworth, no good. Maddie Wild has got to get a hand on the glass here. Mullings inside, 4, converge on her. Danny Bone can't get the 3. And Mean King again.
She's been really important, Meeking, hasn't she?
She just keeps going to the glass,
yeah, look, she hasn't played massive minutes throughout the season, but she's just been a presence down there and she's been important and gets a hand on, like you said, Maddie Wild just needs to fight a bit harder for those boards, and now Maddie takes a seat.
Needs to be desperate. You need to be desperate in these games now as Mean King to the line, shoots the first and makes it. And goes 2 of 2.
Substitution for Hawks,
Jackie Trotto
3 minutes to go, 3-point game. Let's
returning now for Farnworth, who's had a cold night for Antonia Farnworth. Inside, Whittle turns it over. Mahalko on the break now. It's Trotto. Another deflection there for Rach Quirk. With double figures. We should keep those stats one week.
Yeah. Ringwood are in the Ringwood are in the bonus, so
they just converge on Mullings every single time.
You called it before, Ducky. It was 4 on her before.
Yeah. Trotto, high arcing 2, can't get it. Rebound, Marina Whittle. Rebound number 7. I want her to take over now, Damo. Quirk, little 2. Unlucky. Reaching foul.
Ringwood go to the line.
Rach Quirk will send Amanda Mean King back to the line. So important free throws here.
She made the last 2 and she shoots at 75% from the line. 2:16 left and it's a 3-point game.
She's tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, really tall.
51 boards, Ringwood, 28 to Knox.
Wow. Have really missed Lauren Scherf's 13.5 a game, haven't they?
40 points in the paint, Ringwood. And importantly for Ringwood, second chance points. So that's that effort, 18 to only Knox's 7.
Mean King makes both free throws and it's a 1-point game here now. Ringwood stay in this zone. Whittle with 2 on her. Wants Dawson, finds her low pass to Rach Quirk. Beautiful delivery.
There's that understanding.
High-low.
Knox players played Big V last few seasons together. Understanding, I know where you'll be. Bang.
Just in that little lurker spot, you know. Mean King, look at that. gang defense again on Mullings. Whittle
Big
comes
board
up
from
with
Whittle.
it. Huge. Splits the defense.
Important board from Marina Whittle.
And Ringwood are crook that they've picked up a personal there, but I would say they probably should have made a basket instead.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have much to whinge about.
26 for Mullings, 24 for Whittle. Been a great contest between both of them. 11 for Meeking and 12 for Dawson.
Yeah, that battle's been really, really good to watch, hasn't it, here live?
15 boards for Meeking. And 11 boards for Mullings.
She's been really good.
She has, yeah. We spoke about her off air. Ducky, and we're interested to see how many minutes she would get tonight. And, yeah, she's got lots and she's rewarded. Coach Watton with her effort.
Maligned a bit. Dandenong Youth League player for many a year. Went to Warrandyte in the Big V. Has played around, you know, and has now found a home at Ringwood as Whittle tries for three. Can't get it. Rebound Mahalko. And it's a three-point ball game. 1:21 to play. Bone sent away from the on-ball. Mullings catches on the dribble. Not her strength. Steps through again. Can't get it. Huge battle for the rebound here. Mahalko.
Ringwood ball. Oh, I like that step through.
Yeah, that's unlucky. That rolled and rolled around. I thought it was going to foul.
We haven't been, Knox women haven't been to overtime here at SBC this year, Ducky. They've been to OT once down at Geelong, but not here.
Let's just keep it that way. Whittle now. Raiders need some patience here. A bit of composure in a basket. Beck Ott from downtown delivers exactly that. And it's a 6-point lead. That is a monster triple for the Knox Raiders. 71 points to 65 now. 53 and a half seconds to play in regulation here. Timeout. Massive triple, Beck Ott.
Yeah, Beck Ott up to 12 points. You know, we've called it, we've spoken about it. Beyond the arc. Wow.
Yeah, well, she's been great, you know, all year. High percentage shooter, knows her spots, knows when to shoot them. But again, that's that, you know, clutch. You know, I've got to put the team on my back here.
Yeah.
You know, Marina hasn't scored for a while, etc. So they found it really hard to get baskets against this defense. I'm wide open here on the corner. I might as well jack this triple up and see what it gets, and that's me. And I'm an MVP, and that's what I do.
And you're exactly right, Ducky. You're not a Big V MVP, coming off Big V MVP last year for no reason.
Yep.
It's for clutch shots like that. Not quite the dagger yet, but a clutch, important shot in the big moments. It's, you know, why we love watching Beck Ott play.
Yeah, she's a gem, and we've enjoyed watching her for some time, haven't we?
Yeah.
You know, even as, you know, Knox basketball pundits coming down here for many a year, we've been really pleased to watch her development through the youth league and, you know, being youth league MVP, etc., and to go into the Big V. She works hard on those sort of things.
She does, mate. Yeah,
You know, she
yeah,
needs-
Knox every day.
Yep. Bone now charged. It's flat. Mahalko. They want to go quickly here. Mahalko with Watman all over her. Goes to Spillane for three. Can't get it. Rebounding battle. Beck Ott on the floor. Dawson comes up with it. Loses control. The rebounding battle goes to
Ringwood
the
ball.
floor. And it's a jump ball. Hawks possession. 35 seconds. Ringwood took a long time there to get going,
Yeah.
didn't they?
They did.
You know, go quick. You're 6 down. Take the quick 2 or get the 3. Where's it go here, you reckon?
Well,
Mahalko off a double. She's wide open. She's none of 4.
oh,
That is
and
huge. Makes the
and
basket
one.
and the foul.
You know, they've shot the 3 at 1 from 18 prior to that shot.
Yep.
At 5%.
And that's what good players do. Again, you know, she's had a quiet night by her standards. She hasn't been close on the 3. She's a donut from three-point land until that one. And makes the free throw, and that's a 4-point lead. And
2-point game.
I just got a real craving for a donut, Damo.
It's a 2-point game, Ducky.
Yep.
You asked me where it would go, and I was thinking it's likely to go to Mullings maybe, but she doesn't shoot the triple. I thought they would want to go for the triple, then whack out to Mahalko, and nothing but net and the N1.
Well, we speak about it all the time, and you watch as many NBA games as I do, and as a basketball fan, the most dangerous player throwing the ball in is always the person out of bounds.
Yeah.
She threw that ball in, it was perfect. She got her head under the basket. She timed it perfectly. Spillane set a great pick here at the top of the key and splashed the triple. Bree Watman left her feet. And if you leave your feet knowing that you possibly make contact, you've got to get pinged for the foul, really.
Yep.
Grouping contest. It's been a really good contest. It's been 3 versus 4 basketball, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. And to Ringwood, take nothing away from Ringwood. To their credit, they've just persisted. 28 on the game clock.
Raiders keep the ball in the backcourt. That's new too.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the idea of that. Whittle and Watman in the backcourt. Ball goes into Whittle. You don't need to foul here. You can play a possession of defense and get the ball back. Whittle charged with it. Hands to Watman. On ball with Dawson. That's an offensive foul. She moved, realigned, made contact with her hip. Ringwood are going to get 15.5 seconds at a look here. Damo, and that will do us for Lucy Dawson's night too. She is fouled out. Really important game for her. Some good minutes for Lucy tonight. 22.5 minutes, which is more than what she's used to. But
yeah, she's had a big night, Lucy. But so interesting, Ducky. Ringwood are in the bonus. They obviously won't go to the line for that because it was an offensive foul. But is Coach Monton going to advance the ball? We're not sure. We're going to overtime, Ducky. That's my pick. We're going to go overtime.
Shush you. Shush.
These party pies to my right are going to go cold.
15.5 seconds. Been a really good contest. Both teams have, it's been a grind affair. 38%. Nothing's really separated them other than Knox's 3-point percentage, shooting at 43, 9 of 21, and just the 10% at the line, at the 3-point line for the Ringwood Hawks. I'd love to say that I'd bet you a pineapple, Damo, that this ball goes into Megan Mullings, but I might bet you a pineapple donut or something instead.
Yeah, I think
Megan Mullings will get this. I guarantee you.
Yeah, Meeking's not on the floor for this final set. So they have advanced the ball, obviously.
Farnworth. Quirk with the job on Farnworth. Whittle on Mullings. And Ott on Danny Bone. It's Farnworth. She got it back. She's got the ball in the paint. Goes inside. Tough catch. Megan Mullings. Oh, she'll go to the line to shoot 2, and the foul's on Whittle.
That was very close to being an N1.
That nearly rolled around.
Well, Mullings shoots from the line at 63%. 57 from 90 attempts this year.
What is she tonight, mate?
I know she's under pressure at the moment. That's what I know.
Nah, long on the first. And what do you do here? Do you miss intentionally? You're out of timeouts. So do you miss intentionally? Farnworth and Spillane on the rebound. Make it, I reckon. Yep. Foul and have another go. We've got another timeout.
Coach Carr timeout.
Well, she chose not to advance the ball on the last one, so I'm wondering whether she will choose to advance the ball again here. Ringwood have a foul to give. Okay, so they can get up in the grills and they can try to be really aggressive defensively here and come up with a steal. So they do have a foul to give. if you don't steal it off the inbound here, you want to foul straight away on the catch.
Yeah.
And then try to get into the penalty there for. But who do you foul? Who do you foul? Now, who's the worst free throw shooters for Knox?
Whittle, 59%.
Yeah, the ball's going to probably try and get there too, isn't it? So I'd really want to try and get the ball in the hands of Watman here or Beck Ott and get him at the line, and it's see what they can come up with.
Yeah,
So
you don't want to foul Watman. She's at 91%. Whittle's at 59%. And Beckott's at 84%. So if you had a choice, Marina Whittle, you'd send her the line. But you're right, Ducky. Get on after it. Get a steal off this inbound. If not, foul straight away.
Yep, again.
No time to play with.
Just that super long defensive unit for the Mullings, Bone, Farnworth, Mahalko guarding the inbound here for Quirk. And it's Watman trying to get open. Oh, that is, wow.
That was very close to a steal.
Watman falling over out of bounds, and the ref picked one out.
Was that 1.2 seconds? Came off the clock there, and I think that's what Mahalko's saying. Really, was that a 1.2 second play from when it touched hands?
Not too sure. Ball inbounds to Ott. Oh, jump ball.
Oh, Knox ball. So that's down to 4.4, so that's taken another 1.4 seconds off the clock.
Yep. Megan Mullins barking at her team here. One more time, girls. One more time. 4.5 seconds to play now. Regulation. Ball goes in to Marina Whittle. And the foul is on Antonia Farnworth. That is her fourth personal, or third.
So that was the right foul to give, like we called earlier, Ducky. So 59% from the line for Marina Whittle.
She's had a good game tonight, Damo. She needs to ice this contest right now. Cash on the first. Needs to make the second and make Ringwood have to go 94 feet to beat you. Yep, makes it. No timeout, so Farnworth goes looking for Mahalko. It goes the distance of the floor, but she's turned it over.
Still 3 seconds on the clock as it didn't touch hands.
No time, so rate a ball. You can try and foul again here, but let's throw it long. Or goes into Wild. Ott will dribble it out. Really good contest here has ended in a 3-point victory for the Knox Raiders. NBL1 women up against their local rivals, Ringwood Hawks. It's been a really, really gritty contest from both sides here today. 73 points, Knox taking the Chocolates by 3. 70 against the Ringwood Hawks. The leading scorer for the Knox Raiders was Marina Whittle. She had 26 points and really set the tone in the first quarter with 15. And Megan Mullings had a great game for the Ringwood Hawks. She was dominant inside all night with that step through. She had 27 points and 11 rebounds. I'll take you through some of the team stats. Here, both teams are 38 from the field goals, and the 3-point, really Knox marking their territory there with 9 out of 21. Big differential on the rebound, 53 rebounds to 32, and Amanda Monking had a really good contest there, didn't she, for 11 and 15.
Yeah.
So
good game for her this afternoon.
Important victory there for the Knox Raiders. NBL1 women, they go and will stay at third on the ladder now, I believe.
Yeah, they got a big game next week. I think they got Nunawading here and then Bendigo here. So big couple of weeks coming up for Knox.
Absolutely, and the girls earned that one, were made to earn it. There's a ripping contest, and a 3-point victory. Will be back in about 20 with the men's contest.